Hello everyone, and my name is Maria Romero, and today I will share with you what is globalization and interdependence and why it's important to understand the metacrisis. So first, I want to share with you a quote. Globalization invites us to look beyond our borders, but force us to reflect on who pays the price of progress. So, imagine a world where every choice we make as a student, as a professional, as a citizen, has an impact beyond our borders. And well, that world is our reality, and it's called globalization. Globalization has changed our lives in ways we couldn't have imagined. It has brought us closer together allow technology to move across borders and create connection between countries, cultures, and economies. But this big change also brings significant challenges. So I want to explain the advantages and disadvantages of globalization. I want to explain with my iceberg model of globalization in Guatemala. This is the part that we can see, and these are the things that we can observe. So, in the visible part, the first one is economic opening. Well, we see it in the growth of the country's exports, especially in cultural products like coffee and bananas. The second one is foreign investment. We can see the increase in foreign investment in sectors like manufacturing, and as well as multinational companies that establish operation in the country, creating jobs. For example, manufacturing and multinational companies like call centers, for example, Telus, and markets like PriceMart, and restaurants like McDonald's. And the next one is technology and communication. We see it reflected in the communication we have with other countries in basic areas such as trade, diplomacy, politics, and economics. Now, I will explain the things that we can observe. And the first one is economic inequality. We know that globalization has mainly benefited the rich, worsening poverty and inequality. The next one is environmental impact. We can see it in the expansion of intense agricultural and resource exploitation, which has led to environmental issues like deforestation, air pollution, and the last one is cultural impact. Well, the influence of global culture can displace local traditions and cultural practices, causing tensions between modernization and the preservation of cultural identity. Some examples is social media, celebration and holidays like Halloween, Christmas, and this celebration can overshadow traditional local festivals. So, these elements for me, this is globalization, and for me, globalization is responsible for global problems because we have an interconnection with other countries. And well, I remember when I was in my first years in college, a professor said that the things that are happening in another part of the world can affect indirectly in our country. In Guatemala, globalization presents both opportunities and challenges. Well, it can drive economic growth and global integration. It also possesses significant risk related to inequality, the environmental and cultural identity. So I believe that finding a balance between these elements is essential for the country's sustainable development. And well, at 25 years old, as a student of international relations, I often wonder how are we going to handle the issues caused by globalization. And well, I think that today we are facing what is known as a metacrisis, and we know that it's a combination of interrelated crises that range from climate change to social inequality and the erosion of cultural impact. So the future of the world depends on how we manage these global forces. And well, here in our country, globalization has both both important benefits. It has linked us to international trade, helped some sectors develop, and give us access of technology that I think that is important because improve lives. And exists a clear downside because we are dependent on exportation and industries are being unserved and economy inequality is increasing. And well, we know that the 50% of Guatemala's populations has the country's wealth. And as I observe the world today, I feel a strong sense of worry about the future. Our planet is experiencing environmental crisis, political tension, and the identity of many cultures and countries is in danger. So if we fail to act, this problem will only multiply. And I find it have not to feel concerned. And I made some questions to myself, like, what will my life look like in 10 years? Will our future be defined by cooperation or will it be marked by conflict and destruction? And well, I don't have that answer because our future is uncertain. And well, what role can Guatemala play in solving global crisis and how can we be leaders in change? Well, I answered this with my critical thinking because I know that Guatemala is a small country but has the potential to play significant roles in global solutions by prioritizing sustainability, fostering regional collaboration in Central America, and engaging in worldwide discussion on climate and economic reforms. So we can make the difference. Guatemala can make the difference. And well, if we choose inaction or complacency, we risk being consumed by the crises that are already jeopardizing our nation. So, in conclusion, globalization isn't just something we can avoid, it's an opportunity to change our future if we use globalization in a good way. And as a young people, we have the responsibility to drive change toward a more equitable and sustainable model. But at the same time, I can't stop myself from feeling worried because every day the world feels more chaotic and filling with crises and conflicts. And I ask to myself, can we fix this? Or are we heading for a future of chaos and destruction? And at 25 years old, I should be optimistic about my future, but I find myself deeply concerned about what's coming. If we don't act now, if we don't fight for real change, the world will grow old. Might not be one of hope, but one of crisis. So we need to rethink how we deal with globalization and interdependence, or the future we are building could be darker than we ever imagined. So, to finish, I want to ask you something, but you don't need to answer me. I just want to put the idea in your mind. Will we rise to the challenge or let these opportunities slip away? And well, thank you so much. Right now, my colleague Isa will start to talk about globalization and interdependence, but in her point of view of healthcare system.